Okay, now we get into the fun stuff where we have 3 set Venn diagrams. You can have more than this, but this is as far as we're going to go. A 3-circle Venn diagrams creates 8 different regions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and we're going to look at those. Okay, so here's a survey that was given to 300 ACC students. So there's our universe, is 300 ACC students. They asked if they were employed full-time, if they are a full-time student, which is 12 or more hours, are you currently employed full-time, 40 more hours, are you the parent of a child or children 18 years old or younger? Okay, so we've set up names for those. S is students, E is students with full-time jobs, C is a set of students with children 18 years or younger. Okay, so the students represented by regions 1 and 2 have been described for you. So region 1, notice how the overlaps work on this. Again, this circle here is all full-time students. This circle here is full-time workers, and this are students with children. So there are ways to overlap. You can be these two alone, which is this region, these two alone here, these two alone, or this center is when you have all 3. And then of course outside is when you are a student that doesn't have any of those characteristics. Okay, so R1 is the students who do not overlap the job and do not overlap the kids. So these are full-time students who do not have full-time jobs and who do not have children 18 years old or younger. So we could actually write this again in as S, not E, not C. Okay, R2, this is where these two alone overlap. It does not overlap the C. So these are full-time students who work full-time but do not have children. So this is full-time students and full-time workers but not children. Okay, now we have to do R3, which is this region here. So these are the people who work full-time but don't fit either of these categories. Okay. So these are students with full-time jobs but not, and I'm going to write that full-time students and no children. And again, because of space, I'm abbreviating this. Now, if I wanted to write that symbolically, it would be E, not S, not C. Okay, R4, this region here. Okay. This is the overlap of full-time students, students with children, but does not overlap the jobs. Okay. So these are full-time students with children who do not work full-time. So we could write this as S and C, not E. Well, now we are going to have to find and label these regions. Okay, full-time students who work full-time and have children 18 or have children. So this is S and E and C. So that is where it is going to overlap. So R5 is going to be where all of them overlap. Okay, our next one, students who work full-time. So that is E. And C, but they are not full-time students, so not S. So R6 is going to be where E and C overlap, but not S. So this region here is going to be R6. Okay. R7, students who have children 18 years or younger, so that's going to fit in the C. Not enrolled full-time, so not S. And who do not work full-time, so that is going to be not E. So it is just the area so this is going to be R7. And lastly, our region is students who are not enrolled full-time, so that's not S. Do not work full-time, not E. And do not have children, not C. So it has to be outside all of the circles. So this here is going to be our R8. Okay, so now let's look at some individual students and see where they fit into all this. So we are going to put an X in the region that contains the following students. So let's talk about Mary. She is a part-time student. So a part-time student works part-time and is a single mom to Maya, who is age 6. Okay, so let's see what this means. A part-time student is going to be not S, works part-time, she's not working full-time, so that is not E, and is a single mom, so this is C. So we need to find the spot where she is just C and it doesn't overlap anything else. So that is our region here, where she is just, and I'll just use this color here, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so this is inside the circle C, but it does not overlap with either of the other circles. And lastly, that talk about Rocco. He is currently unemployed. Okay, so that means, of course, not E. He is not a parent. So that means not C. He is, however, enrolled in 15 credit hours. So that means he is S. So we have to find the part of S, the part of the full-time students that does not overlap either of those. That, of course, is this region here. Which is just this part in here. Okay, that takes care of 1C Part 1, and we will talk to you soon.